at least a bit better. Yesterday it was totally fine, we haven't really changed anything. And it looks like the guy is saying it's still not good. I'm just genuinely confused. Let's try something else real quick. Okay, so let's do a quick test. Now with a bit different mic setup. Maybe it's a tiny bit better now. I hope not just a tiny bit, but like noticeably better. Let me check myself if it's still stuttering.
Battery?
No, it's not the battery. Let's do something else. What the heck is this table for? Nothing. Ah, wait, I have a machine. What is this? Of course it's better to do an audio test when you're not muted. Let's see if it's better now. Like we did the Game Boy stream yesterday using the same setup and it was fine based on what I know. It's fine now. Apparently it's fine now, I have no idea why it was stuttering before. And yeah, Simon say not muted. I was muted before, but now it's apparently fine. So, again, I don't know what happened. But I'm...
Try the roads now.
Okay, but I will now switch back to this setup before. So what we have as a wireless setup, we have like the receiver and sender. And I'm using the sender microphone, but we also have a Rode microphone. It's pretty much the same quality, but it's just more comfortable for me to use. So let's try if that now works as well. Okay, so test. Let's just talk a bit and see how this microphone will go. I hope that Sivel will give me like a thumbs up and be like, yeah, this is the perfect sound, exactly what you need, exactly what we want. And I do get a thumbs up, so perfect. Thanks to Dogpie and the others for pointing this out. Apparently was like some kind of issue with my dock thingy, because now I've plugged in the receiver directly into the PC instead of, well, laptop, instead of using the dock. And now it looks like the mic is doing well. Perfect, happy to hear. Actually, maybe I can show you. No, sorry, not right. What I meant is, actually we did some more changes yesterday about the sound setup, because what we did was, originally we had both of our microphones into the same like mono sound, but now we split it up in in the receiver to send us a stereo signal, and then the OBS separate the stereo signal into the left and right channel, and then combine that back into mono. So now we have actually proper control over two different people talking. And yeah. Okay, Sivel just said we're waiting for players starting at about 11:25 CEST, which will be in about 10 minutes. So 10 minutes of me trying to entertain the people here, which is totally fine because we can do some impromptu interviews. You know, there's a few people here. Some of who we have seen, all of who we have seen. I know actually Denvi hasn't played before. So let me just make my way over to Denvi, who is currently playing. And hello, Denvi. So you have won last year. What do you think are your chances of winning again this year?
I mean, Mark said he's gonna like kill me before the tournament starts, so I can't win. So I think Mark will probably. I think Mark has the best chance of winning today. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's an interesting answer. Thanks for the quick interview.
He said he wanted to show me what London culture is like. Like, okay, well, I probably should just stop. I should stop.
I don't understand. Apparently sticking again. I don't understand the microphone stuff. Also have a great sleep, dog pie. Oh, okay, so I heard that we had some clicking earlier. Now I'm going back to the big sender thingy again. Hoping that it will be better now, the clipping. I'm waiting for some confirmation if it's acceptable now or if it's still kind of bad. And I'm hoping that I get a thumbs up. Yeah, okay, so maybe it's just the connection with the microphone thingy that's a bit wonky currently. Yeah, so if I go back over to the room crowd cam. Crowd game, but yeah, it's like this. So you can most likely see this kind of big thingy here, and that's the microphone that I'm using now. What I used before was this small one plugged into this, which is less heavy, for example, on the shirt that I'm wearing, but apparently this one has some issues in our current setup, so I'm using this instead. Luckily, we have many options here. And now we can go back to the bracket, to the scene, or just enjoy watching the players a bit here from, you know, the background, seeing them warm up. We can see a few players here, being Bergtroll warming up on level 93 using roll. We can see Obelix also rolling. Yesterday he played using dance, but now he switched to rolling and he's just doing a standard 19 warm up. And over here we have Denvi doing some level 29 transition trainer warm up. Yeah, also Gunther has now appeared. I was wondering where you were yesterday. Not yesterday, today, like the last 20 minutes or so, because I was like, he is somewhere here, but I haven't seen you.
I was outside for coffee and vaping.
So you're doing the important stuff of life.
Yes, but still waiting on now, so...
Exactly, so you are planning to wait until 25 past, which is till like 6 minutes. So 6 minutes I need to let's say waste before being able to start the actual matches here. And Mark has a lamp. Mark, why do you have a lamp package here? Okay, so Mark is a weirdo. Exactly what I expected. And where is... Now? No, now. Over here we have Cousin and why is Bergtroll over here now? Yeah, but our plan is to have... We wanted to have Sivell and Richard over there and Bergtroll and Obelix as well over there. You know, just mixing it up that we have a bit of different people everywhere. Because otherwise it's a bit lame.
Yeah, like, I mean, we haven't done here now, switching Mark.
No, the plan that we had was we have Dan and Richard, so you over here.
Yes.
And Bergtroll and Obelix on stream 1, and then we have now Shuichi, Mark, Gunther on stream 2.
But when that was mentioned, like, was
That was, we said that a few times at about 11. Maybe you just didn't get it. Could be because you were doing other stuff as well.
I mean, I don't mind. The thing is that we were that scared by the way. That's why I'm moving around back.
I mean, it doesn't really matter to me as well. We were just so we got a few different players on because I felt like we had a bit of haven't seen. Well, actually, I don't care. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. We just should try to make sure that we have.
And we should have Mark and that because content this channel.
Was it? Oh, sorry. I meant we have Mark and Gunter. Then yeah, sorry, because I'm like.
Mark hasn't played today.
Yeah, Mark hasn't played yesterday, so it's about the lower players. Actually, don't have Bergtroll, Obelix, Mark, and Gunter on stream one. Yeah, yet. Let's just have it like it is now. That's fine. Too much effort to change anything. And luckily we have 2 streams, so which means we're gonna have our people here anyways, which will hopefully be quite nice as we have all 4 streams at once. I have no idea at this point. Richard was like, no, you're gonna play there. I was like, you're gonna play over there. And Bergtroll, sit down where you wanna play. Oh, there's a few flies. Looks like Mark is gonna do some small changes to his controller with the tape that he just got. You know, as a roller, you sometimes put side stuff in, like small stuff in your controller so that it is a bit easier to roll with. And why is there so many flies around the beamer? I don't quite understand. You can't see them on stream, but let me try to show to you. So the beamer is like here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 flies like this general area, like beamer to the screen. Like this, it's kind of weird. There's just, I guess, accidental viewers. So 3 viewers more that we have, like 4 viewers more that we have on location than we had yesterday. Let's see if now is getting here soon. There's 2 minutes left in terms of schedule before we would start the matches. Like before we plan on starting the matches at least. Here now is yet to show up.
Le mec chez qui il est quand il stream, c'est ça? C'est ça, parce qu'en gros, c'est un des sponsors de
Oh, just finally showed up. So let's go over to the crowd cam once again. As you can see, over here we have now just sitting down next to Shuichi, which means Richard. You're also gonna play against Dan V now.
Do you have to guess the
Yeah, that would be good if you have a caster here. Yeah. So we are gonna have someone take over stream 2. Wait, stream 2 hasn't even started, so we're gonna have someone start stream 2 then. And Richard is apparently doing some small tech stuff.
Can you referee? Because Twitchy is there.
Oh.
There will be no one to referee. I can also. Ah, you can ref?
Ah,
I
perfect.
don't know if I can ref, but I can commentate. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's need. There's always need for So it looks like we have another person German commentary here for now. You have heard him a bit already yesterday. He has his own microphone. And yeah, so why don't you introduce yourself for like half a minute, however long you take.
You can actually see me on stream. Hello? Where's the camera?
The camera is over there.
Hello, camera. Yes, I'm actually not just commentating for now, I'm also commentating for the other 3 players.
Oh wow, that was a pun on my level.
I'm gonna clip this mic to my...
To my shirt, yeah.
I know, I've waved.
Oh, I didn't do the wave. Okay. Yeah, I would do a combination of reffing and casting here today.
Oh yeah, you can sit over there if you want and look at the stream.
Yeah.
I could actually do that. Yeah, the chat is there as well.
Yeah, you can be whatever you want. This is nice.
We need one of the
Yeah, we will make it a bit smaller, but you know it's just for on location and not on stream. Yeah, it should hopefully still be fine. Okay, so as most of the players I leave here. Oh, it looks like all the players are gonna be here. So let's do whoosh this, and let's do a full screen projector also for Tony over here. So Tony, can you hear me when I'm over there just talking?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, perfect. I mean, the answer is yes, because it's only like half a meter more. Oh, and you can now see my hands and legs behind Shuichi, for example. Or also behind... Go a bit further. Is Denvi frozen? Yeah, Denvi looks a bit lackluster in terms of movements. It's just said like that. Yeah, he's also looking at us like, oh yeah, that's totally me moving my hands while rolling. And now it looks good again. Perfect. Thanks for the quick fix to Sivell here. And yes, we have all 4 players ready to play, as in they are warming up currently at least. I assume that Richard, you will probably need like a game or so to warm up.
It will appear.
He hasn't said anything, so that's a yes to me. Do you need like a game or so to warm up? What?
What was the question?
You are gonna play a game or so to warm up?
I'm actually ready whenever.
Okay, so it looks like Richard is ready, which means we are just waiting for the other 3 players. I guess that Denvi is also gonna be ready. Denvi is ready. How about Shuichi and Now? I had a convincing yes from Shuichi, and now it looks like he's still doing a bit of roll up, you know, getting the fingers under control.
Can you start?
Yeah.
Already? Here we're ready.
And Hannah's saying, cool, Tetris to fall asleep too. Nice to see you, Hannah. And yes, this is hopefully, I mean, if I said this is hopefully going to be nice to sleep to, it's like, yeah, this is not going to be interesting at all, but we're at the CTWC France 2025 edition top 8 winners bracket onwards. Yes, that's the full name. It's a bit long. Yeah, so this is where the final 4 have joined. And these players over here are doing the seed. It looks like Shuichi is just kind of waiting here for Now to be ready as well. Now is ready. Yeah, then we can just start the first simul countdown of the day. At least for stream 1. I'm not sure what they're doing over on stream 2. Okay, stream 2 is also getting ready to play.
Can you hide chat? Because we can't see the score.
Oh. And yeah, someone also mentioned, I don't know how this bracket works. Didn't Richard Wolfie lose yesterday? Yes, he did. But that's not the full story. The full story is that Kanto can't make it today to the event, which is why we had to do some small adjustments. So we basically are like, okay, Kanto lost yesterday against Richard and then lost against Cousin in the next game. So Richard is still in the winners bracket and Cousin is still in the losers bracket for now, which means, okay, looks like stream 2 is ready. So stream 1, we have the last seed being entered. So maybe we can do the countdown. What the heck is happening here on our side? I mean, you can't see it, but huh? Is now is all good or?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, just do any seed. Doesn't matter.
Oh, yes, that's that. Yeah. Can you crop this part of this slash?
Oh, make sure that the cameras don't overlap.
Oh, but I think the camera is.
Yeah. You can please adjust the. Oh yeah, it's.
The camera
Yeah.
froze again.
Yeah. Okay. Apparently the one of the cameras has a bit of an issue here with freezing. It's happened like 3 times now. So while the seats are ready, we will do a bit of tech fixing, as you can see here. Let's do like new window. Does that work, please? Is it 24? It's not 24? Is it maybe IP 22?
23.
23? Okay.
Oh, 24 then?
No, 22. Or 21?
No. The white one are 23 and 24. Oh, wait. Oh, no. No. Please wait because it's not connected yet.
Oh.
It's 2 minutes.
Okay, so we have 1 more minute or so for tech stuff. It's connected apparently, so hopefully it's just gonna be like 1 more second here before we can go. Let's see. Okay, this looks good now. So we're gonna do like this. Do we have any VLC source? Oh no, we do a screen capture, I remember. So we do.
It's on player A1, A2. I'm A1, A2. And yeah. You can see.
23 already for that?
23.
Yeah. Just gonna do this, and this is not gonna be like the best in terms of cameras for now, but at least we can see the players. This is actually pretty. Oh, this is actually much better than I expected. Oh, and Richard and then we have just started playing again.
Muss bei mir bleiben oder jemand von uns kommentiert alleine?
Ja, aber.
Also ich rede dir sonst voll rein, oder?
Ja, ich weiß, wenn ich gerade noch im Tech-Sachen bin, muss ich gerade kurz hin und her. Aber wenn das halt fertig ist, dann bleibe ich gerne hier. Wait a second.
Oh, you need to reverse the player from, no, it's because they switch places. Okay. I know what to do. Please.
We see some crazy rolling skills by Richard Wolfe, but it's actually not him playing. Some tech issues where Svel has to change the playfields of Richard and Danby. Otherwise, it looks a bit awkward.
Yeah, that's true. It only looks like all is looking amazing in terms of the players.
Yeah.
So we're just waiting for them to get ready again.
Turn off the versus display. And all that.
Ah, perfect. Yeah, this should be good.
Auch falsch rum.
They also.
Okay, now it looks good. Shuichi start around. We see Shuichi playing Shuichi stuff. And
Yeah.
now it's also correct.
Now it genuinely does look good. Perfect.
Now, players, are you ready?
Yeah, seed looks good based on what I can tell. B, C, F, 3, C2, yes.
Looks good.
BD, F4, C1. So 18 only. Let's start game number 1 in 3, 2, 1. Tetris.
Finally, stream 1 begins with a delay of.
Only 42 minutes.
That's alright. I mean, in 3 minutes, my match will start, so I will have to leave.
We have a 45-minute, timer in case stuff does go badly. And we used not even all of that.
That's nice. Yeah, we have enough time. I think we can easily finish the tournament before the evening.
It should be fine, yeah. So let's focus on the games here as all players have started. We can see a bit of an... Yeah, okay, no longer early lead for DNV.
Richie hits the Tugi spin.
A bit more efficiently.
I hope my mic is working better now. Which is up quite high. That's the J for the J dependency, that's good. Now blocked as well. It's open again.
Ready for business. Where's the long bar for Shuichi? Come on. There's the long bar. Boom test for Shuichi. Now he's 1 Tetris behind. And oh, Richard has a terrible setup, and I'm not sure if he can survive, and he's gonna top out, and Dandy is good for game number 1. Alright, we've got players on top, so let's count it down. And 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Richie digging for his life, but he doesn't get the right piece. He doesn't get the square over. That's the game to now. Okay, players seem ready. So should we now? I'm gonna count you down. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Dan V getting forced to attempt the S spin, hitting the Tugi spin. He's actually behind by no, it's the same scores. It's neck and neck. So what can we say about these players? I guess Dan V is the absolute favorite here because he won last year, and he also got the highest qualifying score of I think 1.4 million, almost 1.4 million. And Richard is in a terrible situation. It's gonna top out again. So that's the second part. Dan V. Match. We've got a 1 Tetris lead for now. Luigi with that J dependency on the left gets the J. Good stacking here. And players on top to be ready. So I'm gonna count you down in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. So what I've heard is that now is very fast. Get like 16, 17 hertz. Yes, that's 15. But yeah, that is very fast for tapping. Still not as close to rolling, but still he can use a lot of space on 18 and 19. And he's playing against the best players, so he might have this slight advantage on 19 and 29 speed. Switching, getting the T-spin, very nice.
Kurz Pause bitte nach dem Spiel. Ich muss kurz 10 Sekunden.
We have a neck and neck game after 57 lines for the lower match. And on top, Denvi has a lead of about almost 2 Tetris, or even 3 now. The very clean stack, nice and high, ready for Tetris again, and the lead is just changing back and forth. Nice T-tuck for Richard Wolf. He's ready, but just at the block as well. Looking for the 2 white piece, gets a bit too late. And I have a new microphone, I hope it sounds better. Richard Wolf opening up, getting the long bar. Tetris for Richard. He's 54k behind now. And on the bottom, we are still neck and neck. Shuichi going for the triple, finally. Now setting up the double well again. Very good stacking skills here for Shuichi. And also now seems to be clean the whole time. Taking a few skims every now and then when RNG forces it. Shuichi not ready by 1 Mino. Gets the T for the tuck. Nice. Waiting for the long bar. Doesn't get it. There's the long bar for Shuichi. Now 1 Tetris behind. We are at the 100 line mark for the bottom game. And on top, Danvi has gotten a lead of 3 Tetrises now. And now we have some issues with the game capture. But I can see all the direct CRTs, so I can commentate on that. And we getting an S-spin, nice. Okay, Shuichi, and now approaching transition. Exactly 9 lines left, but Shuichi has the Witz. And there's the long bar for the Witz. But now was able to use that same long bar for a Tetris. So Shuichi needs to stack down before transition. With the next Tetris, he will transition into 19, which is a quite fast speed for DAS players. Only the best of the best can handle this speed consistently. And on top, Danvi is now in the lead with about 4 Tetrises. But Richard is doing his best to dig out of his slide situation there, developing. Okay, he's out of it, but he doesn't have a beautiful stack right now. There's a J to open up and get ready. Long bar for the Tetris. And 20 lines left before transition for Richard. 19 for Danvi. And Shuichi is now back by about 40k, but gets a Tetris on 21. Now just half a Tetris behind. These are actually quite nice scores by the bottom players. And Danvi maintaining this lead of about 4 or 5 Tetrises.
I believe I've also managed to fix all of the tech issues now.
That's good. A very skilled commentator that you can fix tech issues and commentate at the same time.
Well, I didn't commentate at the same time.
Oh, that's true.
But if it has to be, yeah, I can also commentate at the same time. Also, transition for Richard at 4-6.
Shuichi in a situation now. There's a good long bar for the Tetris. Getting the L spin, very nice. And the J tuck, and is ready again. The board is not super safe, but he can survive this easily. If he gets the right pieces, there's a good long bar. And now he will have to dig a bit. But it's fine because now it's topping out and Shuichi is already good. GG. I mean, feel free to play this out. This is a good DAS pace. And Danvi is still ahead by only 4 Tetrises, so Richard was able to stay on his feet. And he's stacking really well into level 21. And Danvi getting a dirty triple. Cleaning it up. But Richard is not clean, so he has really to step on the gas if he wants to win this against Danvi. Or Danvi has to top out very soon if there should even remain a chance for Richard to win anything in this match. Denvi is high, getting a nice double with the T. Ooh, Denvi now with the longboard dependency up high. Getting the TP is like 13 high left. It's a very skilled rolling. $166,000 points lead now for Denvi. Richard not getting the TPs in time. This might be it for Richard. Behind by 200,000 points. So Denvi has won his first match. GG's. So what happens to Richard now? He will not be out of the tournament because he will just get dropped down to the losers bracket again, where he will be facing Tolstoy. So we have only one match remaining. And actually there's a heart missing for Shuichi. Can you please get the hearts to Shuichi? Another transition so people can look at my leg again. Apparently the audio doesn't work on the two-player scene, so just gonna stay here for a bit. Shuichi is behind by 0.02 Tetrises, so we are neck and neck. Tetris down both sides. I hope the audio is still working now. Shuichi refuses to burn, gets the long bar, very nice. And now wants to get ready with his O-piece. And didn't set up the J-tuck, which was probably smart. Because now really seems to have a clean board all of the time. Except when he topped out in the previous game. Wow, this is such a neck and neck game, and also the pace is quite decent. For a competitive match at least. For Shuichi, this is rather a low pace, I would say. Because he usually goes for pace all the time. Ooh, this is a badly timed square piece, but a well-timed T-piece for the spin. Nice. It's 1-1 for both players. Shuichi now a dusty Tetris, one row off the bottom. Looking to clean it out, maybe with this T-piece? No, he's going for another one. There's another Tetris. Will he get the piece to burn this one line? Yes, he gets the T, and now he's got to do a few burns. Yeah, just take him. 38, 83 lines now for both players. $15K ahead is now. Richie getting the S-tuck and the burn with the S, another burn. There's the Tetris, while now is digging with his closed well. Opens it with the long bar, gets another long bar for a Tetris. Now just a slight lead for Shuichi, who is also 2 lines ahead. So we can still say we are neck and neck. Ooh, high board for now. Still ready after this Tetris. Crowd going wild. Not really. There's not that much crowd yet because a lot of the people here are playing or refereeing, but the refs are going wild. Shuichi doing the pre-transition strats, adjusting the wrong thing for that S piece. Because he could have had a really nice place for the square, but it's fine as long as he gets into transition in a clean way. So 1 more Tetris for each player, if they can, or 3 more burns. Shuichi not getting the right pieces is absolutely terrible what RNG is doing here to him. But I'm sure he can survive this. Nice adjustment. And there's the transition for Shuichi. Taking the split double. Now, bad timing for the S pieces. What are these S pieces? Good, good, good. He can survive if he gets the long bar soon. But it doesn't seem to come, and that's it for Shuichi. So it's match point for now. Okay, I try to not move my arm or mouth so the microphone stays in the same proximity to my face. And Jakob, if you can hear me, please give a point to now. There's some water been spilled on the tech table. Meanwhile, Shuichi has 11 pushdown points. Nice strat. Ooh. It's probably more important to survive this. This is terrible pieces, but there we go. Longboard for Shuichi, getting him down. But now has also some holes in his deck. Slightly weird starts there, but now it's cleaning up. Shuichi has already cleaned up. Now doesn't want to burn with the TPs. Nice. So now it's clean again, but then Shuichi blocked as well. But he's getting good pieces to get out of this. Not the cleanest of boards now, but it's fine. It's quite an unusual start of the game, because now it's not now it's not even clean. Oh, has to put the J at a terrible spot to force him to burn more. And another long bar on top of the well, which is not what you want. Shuichi now ahead by 3 Tetrises. His board didn't look so clean. I didn't watch exactly what was happening, but Shuichi seemed to have gotten a lot of Tetrises while now was digging his weird burn situation. Okay, now he's working it to get it cleaned again. Doesn't look too bad now. Ooh, now with this S tower there. Oof. Nice double with the T. Nice set of tucks for Shuichi. Ooh, now missed the O-tuck or tucked it too early or whatever, but he is now in a dangerous situation. But lucky he's a tapper and he can move the pieces a bit faster than Shuichi. Shuichi very clean. Now 6.5 Tetris ahead. It doesn't matter. Now can still get the points on 19. However, if Shuichi knows that he's ahead, he can play safer. It will be harder for now to catch up. Ooh. Shuichi really wants that J piece, but he's not getting it. Now has a dirty setup. Probably unwanted dirty setup. Not exactly ready now. Okay, Shuichi gets the dirty triple to clean up. There's a Tetris. He wants the J piece, but he didn't get it. Now he has to take a few more burns, but he should get out of it easily. Not a problem at all. Very nice Aki setup for that J piece. Okay, Shuichi now not ready. This gives now the opportunity to cut back into the lead. He's still so much behind. 6.5 Tetrises. This O piece for Shuichi. Oh, he was not happy about this. But it's all fine. The O piece you can burn out easily. You put an O on top of a hole, it's much easier to burn it out than with an S or J or whatever. Simul Tetris almost. Both players clean again. Shuichi gets another Tetris. 169,000 points lead now for Shuichi. There's a Tetris for now that Shuichi couldn't use 2 long bars in a row because he wasn't ready. Shuichi is ready now. Simul Tetris again. 6.2 Tetris is lead for Shuichi. Now wanting that square to get Tetris ready. 2 more Tetrises for Shuichi available before transition. Also 2 more for now. Which actually counts as the points for level 20 because the destination level is what determines the score of the line clear. Unlike in Game Boy where it's the other way around. Now cleaning up, wanting J to open up. He doesn't get any piece to fill the J. There is the J. Now he needs another J. He gets a nice dirty triple to make him ready. There's a test for now. He's now only back by about 69,000 points. Ooh, nice J setup for now. Very beautiful. Shuichi getting the wrong ass piece. Shuichi getting up high. Not getting the long bar, and that's it for Shuichi. So now listen to me. You need 589,000 points. Take a few triples, you have all the time in the world. It's about 50k more. Of course, you can try to go for Tetrises, because we want to see a decider. But it's not to me. I'm just talking stupid stuff. $40k more. There's a Tetris, so only a few thousand points in each. This triple will almost do it. One more line. Come on. And there we go. Now it's taking the set. So Shuichi will go down to the lower bracket. Very well played. So I'm gonna have to look at the bracket. Actually, it's not updated yet. We don't see who will play in the lower bracket. So it looks like Shuichi will play against me, and Richard will play against Tolstoy. And for the other stream, we don't know who will be playing against Kazan and Sivel. And the two players that we have seen winning in this stream were Danvi and Now, who will be facing each other in the winners semifinals, which will be happening in about 1 hour.
Mic test 1, test, test, test. Okay, so I did some small microphone. Oh, yeah, you can even double now. Ha, perfect. I did some microphone stuff set up in the back and a lot of other small adjustments so that first of all it hopefully sound a bit better than before, and second of all we now have two properly working microphones. I have no idea what happened there before. I just did some small adjustments and small things, but based on a short test here, it is now actually working as it should, which means we have two different microphones on two different channels. So yeah, hope that it will work nicely. This was now mic 1, and now we're over at mic 2. So it should also sound pretty decent. Both of them are currently connected at the same time. Just that one is muted and the other one isn't. So if you're currently in chat, then please leave some feedback about the sound quality. Here in OBS it does sound pretty good. Okay, so thanks, and yes, you can see in the background we have just finished the matches on the stream, which were Mark versus Gunther as well as Bergtroll versus Obelix. Over there, Mark and Obelix won, which means next up over here on stream 1 we have Bergtroll versus Cousin, as well as Gunther versus Svel, which means we should have two pretty high quality matches coming up here that are also maybe a bit one-sided, because in the Bergtroll versus Cousin we have seed 3 versus seed 14, and we can take a look at our players in just a few seconds. I need to update their names and stuff, because of course we don't have Richard versus Dan V currently. Then I have absolutely no idea why, because it sounds good in the OBS playback, but if it's weird on stream, then that's I absolutely don't understand it, but thanks for the feedback, Ginny Lee. Okay, so as I said, we have in the second stream Mark and Obelix won, which means in the winner semifinals we have Dan V, now Mark and Obelix. And over here on stream 1 next up we have Bergtroll versus Cousin, as well as Gunther versus Svel, and I'm currently just setting them up so that we can take a look at our amazing players in just a few seconds. And yeah, here we are. So in the upper match we have in the top left Cousin versus in the top right Bergtroll, and in the bottom we have on the left Svel versus on the right Gunther. So I believe I can do a bit of camera adjustment for Svel, maybe like this. Yeah, I believe this is a bit better. And yeah, we have had, I don't know why, we didn't really change anything compared to yesterday. We had just, you know, one of the microphones is a bit choppy, the other one works fine apparently, and I have no idea why. Like the last, I don't know, half an hour or so I believe it was, so the whole first match basically, I tried to do some stuff with the microphone setups, like gain, like if filters maybe hype, and it sounded better over here on OBS, but apparently that's still a bit weird on OBS. So for now we are back to one mic, no two casters. And yeah, yesterday it worked fine having both microphones connected at once, I believe. We had that, for example, during the Game Boy tournament, as well as during the interviews. All that happened in between was an OBS restart, because I rebooted the laptop, like it was down overnight, but that's all that changed. I have no idea why, but it's modern tech, who knows. But yeah, so the players, as you can see, are currently warming up. As I said, Cousin, Bergtroll, Svel and Gunther, which means we have 4 French people here in the lower bracket, currently round 3. Which means that CTWC Paris is finally looking good. And some are saying, I'd consider a computer restart. Yeah, we will do that if we have a break in between. It's just that we are a bit behind schedule already, like half an hour, 40 minutes. So I don't want to cause any further delays. Because we sadly do have a schedule to keep. Because there are some people who have to leave after today. Well, today as in this evening. So if they have a train, let's say for 8 p.m. and we are an hour longer than we planned, that's just not that great. And with that in mind, as far as I can tell, the players are now getting ready. And it looks like we don't have a ref currently. Anyone wanna do a bit of refing? Obel? Oh, Obelex is doing the refing for stream 2. Okay, just give it to... Okay, just take it away. I'm gonna do the refing from over here, the casting area. But I'm also keeping track of the audio and all of the other stream stuff. And the hearts and all of that, so it's gonna be a bit busy here. So this is gonna be a challenge for me, as I do with the casting and the background tech. And it's gonna be a challenge for the players, as if they lose this match, they are out of the event. So players, are you ready?
Yes.
I see yeses, I see thumbs, so let's start your countdown here. It's gonna be game 1 between Cousin and Bergtroll, as well as Sivell and Gunther, in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. And the games have started. So we have an all-white opening here in the bottom match. Now a few other pieces, 2 blues and 1 red piece, so a bit of a difference down there. And we have a few Tetrises going on as well for Cousin, or Sivell and Gunther, so only Bergtroll didn't have his own Tetris until just a few seconds ago. And we have someone in the chat saying, go players, good luck, have fun. It looks like over there on the second stream there's also started the match around the same time. Maybe we accidentally did like an 4-match simul countdown. That would be kind of funny. And thanks for the rating lever of 2 viewers. Tagger saying hi. Yes, we are currently in round 7, which is the 3rd round of the losers bracket. So we are something top 16, I guess. It's kind of tough to tell with a flat bracket because of how you have 2 chances. You're in the top 8 losers, you could say. And point-wise, we have a neck and neck in between Cousin and Bergtroll, but Cousin tops out after missing a few shifts, which means we already have the first point going to Bergtroll. Bergtroll is in a 1-0 situation. In the bottom, we have a neck-and-neck situation between Gunther and Sivell. And I'm struggling with the pen. So it's 9, 8... Oh, for 20. Hey, now. Okay. So, Cousin and Bergtroll, are you ready? Let's start your next game here in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Okay, I was able to kind of fix the pen that we use to keep track of the scores here. And in the beginning, in game 2, we have a bit of a lead here in the beginning for Bergtroll. Bergtroll getting the first Tetris, while Cousin is still waiting for his own first Tetris. The bar could be a bit dangerous, but he's get a single and the next bar over a next Tetris to Cousin. So Cousin at 33 versus 30 for Bergtroll at the same lines. In the bottom match is currently 150 for Sivell against 191 for Gunther, which means Gunther has a bit under a 2 Tetris lead. And the next Tetris here to Gunther, which means Gunther has now increased the lead. Because I once again a bit of trouble after this looks like not flipping the blue S piece and then not having death for the O piece, which means this is already 2-0 here for Bergtroll. Quick 2-0 for Bergtroll in the opening. So 3-7, 240, and 5-7-0-0-0. So Koza and Blacktroll can start the next game soon. They're ready, so it's ready. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. And so, also saying Sivell just stopped out, missed that. It's 200 for Sivell and 309 here for Gunter. So it's 1-0 for Gunter. The players can start the next game whenever they are ready. And yeah, Summer, exactly. We just made Sivell top out. But yeah, what Summer wanted to say is... Sivell's nickname reminds me of the French musician Alain Stivell. So let's start your next game in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. So I guess we now have Stivell versus Gunter. And yeah, we get Sivell versus Gunter on the Game Boy tournament, I believe you want to say, Death Bunny, because this is the NES tournament. The Game Boy tournament happened yesterday afternoon. And there we had Gunter versus Sivell in the round 16, where Gunter won 4-2. As we only play a best of 5 over here in the NES. Maybe he get a 3-2 as well, again. So the difference between Game Boy and NES is, at least for these in-person tournaments, is that in Game Boy you have the battle mode where you have garbage and all of that stuff, and it's a 30-line sprint, and it's always a best of 7 as decided by the creators of the game. In comparison here in NES Tetris, we have our own rule set, which is why we have like score check, best of 5, there's just no 2-player mode. But yeah, Bergtroll having bought a 2 Tetris and some change lead here against Cousin, and Gunter and Sivell are currently neck and neck, but Gunter has a cleaner stack than Sivell, so Gunter might be able to get ahead with over Tetris lead here soon. Let's see. We just did the next Tetris to Bergtroll and Cousin. And Sivell not getting the bar over, losing Des here. So Sivell tops out at 99, 940. And Gunter also ends this game at 105 to 60. Which means we have a 2-0 for Gunter. So the match point for Cousin and Blacktroll has already started, as we can see. Yeah, 127, 221. We're getting close to the halfway point of level 18. Whereas Gunter's match game can start whenever they are ready here. Because they're doing a bit of cleaning, which might allow Bergtroll to get ahead even further. And some are saying, come on Sivell, you can do it. So let's see if he can do it, as it looks like both players are ready. So let's start the match point for Gunter in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Also looks like Bergtroll just strapped Cousin here, as Bergtroll is now in 294 against the top at 137 here for Cousin. So GG's to Bergtroll for staying in the lower bracket here at the CTWC France or Paris 2025 edition. And we can now switch over to Sivell versus Gunter to see them as close in full screen as possible. Looks like I need to move the camera for at least Sivell a bit here. Yeah, this looks a bit better now for Sivell. Also, well, let's just move Gunter a bit to the side as well. And that means we can enjoy this match point for Gunter in all of its glory. Gunter getting a nice tuck in, but does have to burn a few lines, which, as we can see, has allowed Sivell to get in an early lead. It is 53 for Sivell against 42 for Gunter, so it's still neck and neck, but here's the next Tetris to Sivell, and Sivell is now catching up. I'm not catching up, but it's like showing the lead. 98, so about a 2 Tetris lead here to Sivell. And yes, Amma, the match between Cousin and Bergtroll ended. Bergtroll swept 3-0 there. And we have a bit of a drought now, 16-17 pieces. Let's see how long this drought will be and if any of these players will struggle during it. Okay, Gunther couldn't use the following bar, but Sivell was able to. Sivell not able to go for the perfect clear here. Doesn't give you any extra points, just a few style points. And you have a 93k lead here to Sivell, which is a bit over 4 Tetrises. Next Tetris to Gunther, so we have a 4 Tetris lead at basically the same lines. Both players burning a bit, Gunther getting the next bar over. Center was quite high here. Of course, both of these players are playing Dash, as you can see, which means the height that they can comfortably play is much lower in comparison to rolling. Gunther getting quite high once again, closing the bar just before the long bar does fall down. And is now in quite the high cleaning setup. He does get the next TP to the left, perfect. And next Tetris to Gunther. Finally back in a good position, and next Tetris for Gunther as well. So he's now in a comfortable position just in terms of stack height. He does need to get a few nice pieces for the tucks here. Oh, and now can't tuck anything inside, which means he will have to burn at least a few lines in order to get properly ready again. Avoiding the bar dependency in column 1 or 2. And now is a J dependency, getting the next bar. Putting the OPs on the right side instead of going for the long bar dependency on the left side. And now having the long bar dependency anyways. So let's see if the bar does fall down in time here for Gunther. He will also have to do a lot of burning in the meantime, as you can see. The lead is now down to about a 2 Tetris and some change lead. And Gunther is ready for his own next Tetris this here, as he has open clean and gets the Tetris to Gunther. Gunther now at 202, just over a 1 Tetris lead here for Gunther, for Sivell, as we have 241 versus 226. Under Tetris lead now to Sivell. Sivell is also getting close to being open again. He just needs a few good pieces. With a bit of a drought now on Gunther's side, but he is still clean, he's still quite low, and he didn't cause any issues. He has now the next Tetris to Gunther. And Gunther having the lead now of about a Tetris and some change. Has also played a Tetris more in line, so it's a bit closer than it looks in terms of pace. But Sivell is still cleaning up. This has been going on for like 30-40 lines. So tough position here for Sivell. He has about 30 lines left to go before level 19. Not getting the red SPs here over to the left, which means he is now a bit higher. You can see him shake the head. He's not quite happy with what he's doing now. Oh, and not getting the target, losing Dash on the O and longer. And this does mean Sivell tops out. And Gunther is able to sweep here, just how we saw not too long ago with Cousin versus Bergtroll. And yeah, Gunther is now showing us a bit of level 19. Let's see how far Gunther can go. Of course, Gunther does already have quite a good PB. So this is just for match statistics, I assume. And Darth Bunny saying, Gunther with impressive fist bump while playing. Also, welcome in the chat, Marie. And next Tetris to Gunther. Now Gunther is setting up for the next Tetris, and it does fall down and arrive, which means Gunther is now cleaning up a few lines here on his Anchor. In the meantime, over on stream 2, we have a decider between Richard and Tolstoy, as well as Shuichi currently in a 2-1 position, so they should be finished with their stream soon as well. And Gunther's board is now getting a bit out of control. And yes, so let's take a look at the players here, from behind in this case. And yeah, so let's also not forget to report the matches here. It is 3-0, 3-0, 2-1, 2-2, ended, and we can take a look at the current bracket over here. So as you can see, Bergtroll and Gunther are in the losers round 8. Or like top 8. Well, it's the actual top 8. There's only 8 players left. And Shuichi versus Tony is rolling up, as well as Richard versus Tolstoy. And I'm keeping an eye on that so that I can just enter it as soon as possible. And then say that Richard is actually in a chase down. He has about less than a Tetris left to go. It's quite early in the game, so it looks like Tolstoy just had an unfortunate early top out. And yeah, I'm not gonna do the scoring here until the game is over, of course. But yeah, here's now the Tetris to Richard, which means, as we can see here live as well, Richard is in the top 8. And there's now Shuichi versus Tony going on. Shuichi being the last remaining Swiss player now that Tolstoy is out. And we're gonna have at least 4 different nationalities here in the top 8. And huge thanks to Fewer Mango for the raid of 13 people. And yes, so the nationalities here in the top 8, of course, France, being represented by now Obelix, Bergtroll and Gunther. It's also the UK being represented by Dan V. It's Germany being represented by Mark currently, maybe Shuichi will join. And Colombia being represented by Richard Wolfie. And maybe Switzerland can join if Tony is able to win this and the following game against Shuichi. But it looks like Shuichi has a bit of a lead here in the current game. Actually, I also should be able to take a look at stream 2. Like, not a perfect look, but at least the gameplay. Okay, so don't have the cameras currently. And apparently also I haven't added the audio. Underscore. Somewhere I have sound. Yeah, sound mix, exactly what I wanted. So we can do the fade back again. There's no names on the left. We have Shuichi, on the right we have Tony in the upper match, so we can at least watch them play a bit here. And yes, we can see it's quite a big lead here currently for Shuichi, also known as player 5, of course. So we are just doing an impromptu look at the match over at stream 2, which is why we don't have the cameras. I haven't prepared them over here on stream 1, because I didn't expect that we would be doing this. But yeah, we can see Tony in a lot of trouble here. So let's switch back to the bracket. Now that we know the final top 8 is gonna be Dan V, now Mark, Obelix, Bergtroll, Gunther, Shuichi, and Richard Wolfie. Okay, so for the next rounds we play around 8 and 9 at the same time, just why you would call them like 8.1 and 8.2. So the winner semifinals will be over here on stream 1, while the top 8 in the losers bracket, like what's called round 8 here, is gonna be over on stream number 2. So here you will be able to see Dan V versus Now, as well as Mark versus Obedex. And on stream 2, you will be able to see Bergtroll versus Gunther, as well as Shuichi versus Richard Wolfie. Yes, so we are getting the next players ready. So see you again in just a few seconds.
Yes.
Oh, maybe minutes.
You're playing.
Okay, so for the viewers on stream, I've just did a bit of microphone testing in OBS again, hoping to have fixed a few things. So we're gonna do a bit of audio test between.
Oui, on l'a fait après, c'est pas. Oui, voilà. En fait, en gros, on a 1h30 pour faire le round 9 et 8 en même temps et notre pause.
Test, test.
So we have
Mic 1, mic 1, mic 1. Mic 2. Well, this is mic 1. This is mic 2. Mic 1. Mic 2.
where is Mars?
Okay, so it looks like I fixed it. Perfect.
Okay,
And yes, I hope that it will stay this way. I don't know why currently. So I have two of these wireless receiver set thingies. The first one works, but once I connect two, it no longer works, and I have no idea why that is. And for whatever reason, I believe they also have a bit of different audio balancing in terms of loudness, which also makes it fun. Like this one is at 0 dB, and this one's at minus 4 dB, and or like even minus 5 dB in OBS. And I don't understand tech nowadays, but I just know that it looks like it works, and that's all that I care about. And someone asked if there's a Tetris Gummies discount code. That's a good question. I don't know if we have a gummy discount code. So the Tetris Gummies, of course, are the amazing power bears that we have. They are like 20% juice, I believe, and taste quite well. So yeah, if you like Tetris Gummies, then you can check them out. I just don't know if you have like exclamation mark power burst or anything like that in the chat. But someone saying Kingsman might know. Maybe Sivel, do you know if you have a Tetris Gummy discount code?
Oh, I don't know, sorry. So, maybe it's on the slide?
Maybe it's on some slide, we don't know for sure. But I haven't seen it. Maybe I'm just blind, who knows, who knows? Test, test.
Now,
Oh yes, Summer, I'm doing... What? Oh, I see, I see, I see. I'm doing some more testing on the sides. And thanks to Pepper Chess. Okay. Oh, I know what the issue was I had. No, I don't. Maybe? Ah, I know what the issue is. No, I don't. Huh? Too many microphones.
And now I can't even get one anymore. Like, I don't know what happened.
Ah, now I found the issue. Okay, okay. Next test. Okay, so Summer, can you tell me if this microphone and this microphone both sound good?
Ow.
I hate check. It's so stupid what happened. Okay, I understand what works. Perfect. This only took like 2 or 3 hours to figure out, but I did it. Woo! We have now 4 working microphones for the stream.
I'm doing the names. Right now. Yeah.
Richard, you know you're playing.
Okay, so welcome back to CTWC France 2025. We are in the semi-finals in the winner bracket. And yeah, as you can see here, there's 2 matches coming up between Denvi now and Mark Obelex. So let's take a look at the players here. The players are not live. Yes, we can see them now. Denvi, Mark, and oh, it's also doing the peace sign with the camera. I was like, why are you showing like 2? Is it like 2? Is player 2 not good? But all players of course look amazing. And you can see a bit of level 29 rolling here by Now and Denvi. This is Roller versus Roller, and Mark versus Obelex is gonna be Roller versus Dessa, which means it's gonna be an advantage in favor
Mark and Obelix.
It was the best 29 I had in life.
of that. Huh? You switch Mark and Obelex? Ah, okay, now yes, I understand what it is. Ah, okay, now yes, I understand what is meant. Also, thanks to Titrus for the gifted sub. So let's do a bit of this and that, as well as oops, this and that. Actually, can we do like? I can't do a transform flip it. No. But I can do like this, this. Hello, Mark. Nah, now we can see the hands. This is tough. Like, do I want to have Mark and like 2 other people in, or do I just want to have Mark here? Yeah, okay, Mark. No, it's Mark, Obelex, and then V in one. Hope that's fine for you. But now we can see you roll at least. But now we can see you roll. If I. Yeah, okay, fair point, fair point. Let's do like this, whoosh.
You guys are already at the bottom.
Oh, it's like, you know, the other arms are like this as well, would be really inconsistent.
Some are saying, now your microphone's from stream 2 as well. What? This doesn't make any sense. I'm so confused. Oh yeah, maybe it's a bit sensitive, just like my microphone, so we hear a bit of it as well. That's at least my educated guess here. Yeah, it's probably just a bit sensitivity here. That's that I might be able to phase out if I play even more with OBS, but I spent enough time there. I don't want to see OBS for at least 1 match. Well, at least not more than I have to, I guess. Which means, so players, please feel. Dan is showing how he's putting his controller into his socks so that it's stable. Yeah, Mark is sniffing the feet. So where's the Peggy 18 toggle again on Twitch? So nah, just kidding, we don't do that kind of stuff. And yeah, so players should feel free to get ready whenever they want to, because stream 2 has already started. Like if I look over here at stream 2, yeah, there's already like 260 by Gunther. And here we are still in the warm-up phase, like, come on. So it looks like Mark versus Obelex is ready. Now is doing a bit of warm-up here. Now said that he's ready, which means you can also input the seed that Dan has rolled. I love that he's like, you know, he's I'm ready, and then he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna continue to play. Totally ready. Now he just wants to get the final Tetris here. And now we have now also putting the seed here so that we can start both of these matches here in probably just a few seconds. Players, are you ready? I see some thumbs, so let's start the games in 3, 2, 1. Tetris! So we're here in the winners semi-finals, and over on stream 2 we're in the losers more or less top 4, but then it's like top 8. Double elimination, kind of tough. You will see it, or you understand it, once we show the bracket again after this match. But yeah, so these are the remaining 4 players who have won all of the matches so far, haven't lost a single match. We have now Denvi and Mark. These 3 made it into the tournament today, you could say, as in they played so well that they only had to play today. Whereas Obelix had to play yesterday and he won against Bergtroll. It was a bit of an upset that happened there. So Bergtroll, the only desk player left, and actually already winning the first game. Whoa, early 1-0 here for Obelix after Mark hang a long bar. They flew a bit too close to the sun, which is how Obelix has been able to win game number 1. So this is now gonna be kinda catch up here for Mark. Didn't expect like this, but I know that Mark sometimes plays a bit too aggressive in the beginning. Once he's behind, he shows us his true potential though. And in the match between now and Dan V, we currently have 121, 123, so it is neck and neck. Obelix, Mark are ready, so let's start them again. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. And yeah, neck and neck, just a single difference between now same score at now versus Dan V. Dan V got the next Tetris, while now needs to burn a few lines here. We have the next Tetris now going to Dan V. We have now cleaning up a few lines here.
It's a bit more manageable for
So we have 144, 240, so Danview has now what, 100k lead, and now is only now open once again, waiting for the next bar for the next Tetris between Obelix and Mark. It's a small lead here of about 1.5 Tetrises in the beginning to Mark. So Mark this game didn't hang a long bar early in. Let's hope that he will be able to continue this for the whole game. Same of course for Obelix now and Danvi. We don't want any unfortunate early top outs that could be avoided. Just as I said that, then we got weirdly close to the situation that Mark had. But he got the bar over. And next Tetris here to Danby. Nice adjustment of that LPs for now. Getting the next Tetris as well. So now is at 215 against 354 for Dan V. So about a 140k lead here for Dan V. Or 6 Tetrises and some change. Mark is only at about 1.5 Tetris lead here against Obelix. Next Tetris to Obelix. So Obelix now at less than a Tetris deficit. And small fun fact, Mark is also known as Asterix in the French server. So we have the 2 German we say Gallia. I have no idea what's in English. But you know the comic Asterix and Obelix? Yeah, it's kinda like that here as well. Just that Mark of course is playing as Mark because this is a serious competitive match. And if you enjoy what you're seeing, then don't forget to type an exclamation mark matcherino in the chat and use some of the coupons, maybe donate a bit of money, whatever you want to do to support the players. As Vanvada is saying, it doesn't matter if it's €1, €5 or like 469 euros. Just do whatever feels like a good amount to you. And here's the next Tetris to Obelix. Obelix at 208 against 229, now 252 for Mark. In the upper match, it's up to nearly a 200k lead here for Dan V. So close to the level 19 position, and Dan V has already been able to build up nearly a 10 Tetris lead, 215,000 point lead here for Dan V. This is going to be really tough for now to catch up to, especially as now is now a bit of trouble. And also just look at the aggression here of Dan V is barely burning any lines. If you look at the Tetris rate, 80% Tetris rate. So, Dan V looking at a 600, mid 600, 2 transition here, depending on if he can get the final Tetris or not. He is set up, waiting for the next bar. Now still has 2 Tetrises left to go. Then we playing a bit too aggressive now, maybe. Let's see if he gets the double flip. Like, well, not double flip, like flip tuck. Oh, gets the triple. 619 transition for Dan V. 619 and 386. So like, you can see now basically 10 Tetris lead here for Dan V. 10 Tetris lead. I don't think I've seen that this year before. Obelix versus Mark is about a 2 Tetris lead here, so despite Mark rolling and in theory having a huge advantage, it's pretty neck and neck there. Of course, the rolling advantage does become bigger and bigger the faster the game gets, so 18, it's not that big of a lead. 19, it's quite big of a lead. And 29 basically can't be played with Des anymore. Shuichi, what did you say? Also, Obelix is rolling today. Oh wow. My brain was like yesterday Obelix was dashing, so he's dashing today as well. Actually, we have 4 rollers over here. I take back what I said earlier that we have
3.
3 rollers and a tapper. That's. Huh. Of course, I know what I'm talking about all the time. But yeah. Now I was able to catch up a tiny bit in terms of Tetrises. It's now only a 9 Tetris lead here for Dan V, down to an 8, up to 9 Tetris lead here. Dan V has played a few lines more. And Obelix and Mark are also getting close to the transition into 19 here, as we have about 10 lines left to go. And Mark is in that by border Tetris, has played the Tetris more in line, so there's neck and neck there between these 2 players. And now also topped out here, which means we now have a 1-0 here for Dan V. 1-0 for Dan V. And yeah, so looks like now it's just watching Obelix versus Mark here a bit, which of course is totally fine. If you need a bit of brain rest, then always get that. And it looks like both players are ready, so let's start the countdown here in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. And we have Raptor asking round 9 how many players played in this. So the way that this works, like the round is not round 9-9, it's a bit different. We have a flat bracket double elimination, which means flat bracket, so we started having the first 8 players and then added 4 over and over again until we get all in. And we have a flat bracket, a double elimination bracket, which means players need to lose 2 times to be out of the tournament. And the way that this is shown on stream is it's just round after round after round. So instead of being like, hey, we are in upper 5, it instead says we are in round 9. That's just how the scenes have been set up by Sivell. And welcome to Nitzrek in the chat. Nitzrek played yesterday in the Game Boy tournament and she won that. Yeah, she's saying, hello, good luck to all, and Mark, go, go, go. So Mark has a fan here in the chat. We have a 148 lead here for Mark. Now versus Dan V is currently neck and neck. About 1.5 Tetris lead now for now. Next Tetris to Mark, Obelix needs to burn. One more line, okay, now finish the cleanup. What just happened to Dan? So, Dan just doing a Dan moment here. Yeah, so we're now in the third game between now and Dan V. So it's counting down here. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Yeah, if you wanna actually see some deaths, not like overdex, then we have one match with the death player left on Classic Tetris 2. Classic Tetris 2 also will end their stream after this round. Then we are back to only one stream, so only CT1. Mark at 890 here on level 30. Missed the transition here. 29 for Obelix as well. We have a 30k lead here currently for Mark, so slightly for Mark. Mark burning, Obelix burning. Both players need to play to the best of their capabilities. But currently survival is enough because neither of them can go for Tetris. Mark doesn't get the bar over, topping out at 903. So Obelix needs 904. 904 needed for Obelix in order to win, but Obelix doesn't get the... Oh, he gets the next T piece over. Now maybe setting up for flat. He doesn't get anything over to the left and right, which means Obelix tops out. And Mark wins this game. It is 1-1 between Now and MV, as well as 1-1 between Obelix and Mark. Okay, but so GG's here to these players who are performing well. That was the 729, as all good games between rollers should. So if you want to start the next game, Obelix and Mark, yeah, looks like they're ready. Let's start them here in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. So the next game between these two has started. And whoever wins this only needs to win one more game in order to win the match. So winning this is quite important in terms of mental. The mental game is really important here. Like if you have the mental advantage, then there's a high chance that you also win. But of course, these players have so much experience in terms of competitive Tetris that even a Witz doesn't matter to them at all. Or maybe they just go for Witzes because it's actually smart to go for them. In the other match, Gen V is also a bit high once again. Let's hope that this time he won't play as the worst of us before. Yeah, he's getting the Tetris now, and the next Tetris to Den V, so basically back to back here. 342 for Den V, 291 for Now, so we have about a 2 Tetris lead there. Between Obelix and Mark, it's currently a 2.5 Tetris lead, 1.5 Tetris lead for Mark, but they are pretty early into their game, so there's a lot that can change. Next Tetris to Dan. Dan and Now are getting pretty close to the level 19 transition. Only about 40 lines left to go, and at level 19 the game does become about a third faster than it currently is. Which for rollers doesn't change that much. For a tapper like Now it also shouldn't change much. So let's see how their next game here will go. The next 19, the next Tetris to Den V here. About a 4 Tetris lead currently to Den V. Mark is at a 56k, so 2 Tetrises and some change, now 3.5 Tetris lead here to Mark. Next Tetris to Obelix, so down to a 2.5 Tetris lead at the same amount of lines played. Den V has about 100k lead at this point, but there was also 7 lines played more. And now basically the same lines, it's 60k, so yeah, 2 Tetrises and 3/4, yeah, 2.7 Tetrises. Next Tetris to both of these players at the top. And we have 12 lines, so 3 Tetrises left to go until level 19 there, while Mark and Obelix are at about the halfway point, and we have a 3.5 Tetris lead here for Mark currently. It's a nice position for Mark. And we get the next Tetris to Dan. Dan 1 line away from the transition. Now 4 lines away from the transition. And now Dan V burns 580 transition for Dan V. And it looks like now also to burn a line here, but he is low. Could wait for the next bar. Gets the Tetris, so 540, a 40k transition lead here for Denvi. So yeah, 2 Tetris lead here to Denvi in the transition. Next Tetris going to now. Denvi wasn't really able to go for many Tetrises here on level 19 so far. Which means this could be an opportunity for now to catch up. Let's see if now can get a bar in time here. Yeah, here's the bar to now into 595 against 669 for Denvi. In the lower match it is 353 and 447, which means we're getting close as well there to level 19. Bit over 30 lines left to go, while we are already deep, kind of deep into 19 here between Denvi and now. And the lead has, in terms of pace at least, decreased a bit here between these two. And next set is going to be again 844. So it looks like we could see the first max out here in these matchups.
And he will get, and that actually will bring him back to pinboard.
Marks and Obelix are now preparing for the transition as it's coming up in about 10 lines. With the next Tetris here to Mark. Mark's spot is being clean here. And Obelix is in a bit of cleanup situation here. So he will try to clean this up a bit before 19. But if he finds a way to go for a dirty Tetris, he will also just take that, I believe. Like now, yeah, he set up for the dirty Tetris, is waiting for the bar here. Is gonna burn a bit just to stay clean. Is getting the next bar into Tetris for Obelix. Mark transitions at 638, quite high, gets the next bar over for a triple. And Obelix transitions at 487, so about a 150, yeah, 180k lead here